I want to narrate an interesting story.
Yeah.
There were certain instances and moments in my life that made me take this decision. 25 years ago, I was in class 10 and we had this farewell party. So we were friends for like 12 years, studying in the same school. And my friends asked me, "How are you feeling?" I said, "I'm so happy. Finally, no more uniforms, new friends, go to college." So they said, "You are a rock, you don't have feelings." And when I heard this, I suddenly felt that even if I decide to be with my friends, I cannot. Yes, the society says you work, you earn, you have a family, you do service, which is good. This is very important.
Yeah.
But I thought there is something beyond that. You see, in front of moon, stars are in one sense useless. So I thought we have to be moon in our thinking. We should not just follow the society which says do this, do that. So this was the beginning of my quest for truth.
Wow, amazing. Hello, viewers. Welcome to Candid Conversations with Ganesh Kuppala. You have been hearing me talking to global leaders across UK and also from various parts of the world. Today, I'm really pleased to bring the guest of tonight, who's a spiritual leader, a faith leader, and also more than that, a service-oriented leader. So you would have heard about ISKCON and Akshaya Patra in a big time, who delivers amazing kind of work across the globe, especially in South Asia and also in UK and across the world. So today, I'm really proud to bring Naveena Neerada Dasa, who is here today. Thank you so much, Guruji, for coming, and thanks for giving your time to us. I'm really pleased. I know I probably have to say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I'm also equally pleased to have you here, to come here, and
Okay.
thank you so much for hosting.
No, it's my pleasure. So, because generally we tend to, I mean, my audience have got used to listening to a lot of business leaders, political leaders, and all that stuff. But bringing a spiritual leader, especially service side of it, is amazing for us. So, before I get to the details of what we do and all that stuff, if I can go back to your beginnings and understand why you chose this path, how did you actually kind of got into the Krishna consciousness and what happened to you? Why you chose this?
I want to narrate an interesting story.
Yeah.
Uh, and there were certain instances and moments in my life
Mm-hmm.
that made me take this decision.
Okay.
It was, about 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was in class 10
Mm-hmm.
and we had this farewell party.
Okay.
So we were friends for like 12 years,
Okay.
studying in the same school.
Yeah.
And my friends asked me, "How are you feeling?"
Yeah.
I said, "I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, no more uniforms, new friends. I'm going to college, you know." And somehow they didn't like it. So they said, "You are a rock. You don't have feelings."
Mm.
And I started reflecting. And then, the farewell party ended with a song, Kabhi Alfida Na Kehna.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I heard this, I suddenly felt that even if I decide to be with my friends, I cannot.
Mm.
I suddenly felt there was a gush of emotions
Mm.
that how temporary this world is,
Mm.
how these choices are beyond our desires.
Yeah.
And that's when I actually broke down
Oh.
on that day. Thinking of all this, I went home. I remember it was in the evening, went to the terrace. I was looking at the sky. And I started fast forwarding my life.
Mm.
I wanted to be an entrepreneur, I had to be a family man. I had many dreams in my life. I
Mm.
fast forwarded.
Mm.
So I saw that I achieved all this.
Mm.
And then one day I grew old.
Mm.
And then I also imagined I had, okay, grandchildren.
Mm.
And then
What next?
and what next?
Yeah.
And these thoughts actually helped me think there is something else that I have to achieve in this life.
Mm.
Yes, the society says you work, you earn, you have a family, you do service, which is good. This is very important.
Yeah.
But I thought there is something beyond that.
Mm.
It was a full moon day. I saw moon and there are stars.
Mm.
You see, in front of moon, stars are in one sense useless.
Mm.
So I thought we have to be moon in our thinking.
Mm.
We should not just follow the society which says do this, do that. No? And that's when I decided that I have to find out what is the purpose of life. If there's something else I have to achieve in my life beyond this. So this was the beginning of my quest for truth.
Wow, amazing. So this reminds me pretty much, I'm a follower of Ramana Maharshi as well.
Okay.
And this reminds me pretty much similar story in a way that, there was, and when Ramanulu was a child,
Yes.
he had, he had a story as well to tell, like, where he was thinking everything was normal. And then he looked at Periyar Puranam. Then he realized, there is something more to the life. And it's amazing. It's fascinating to see, because I was going to ask you, like, it's very normal in South India that you either become a doctor or engineer. And you are engineer, by the way.
Yes.
You studied engineering, but you, instead of getting into a normal standard information technology or kind of mathematics or civil engineering of that kind of world, you actually chose a path of spirituality and serving the society, which is amazing. So it gives me a real answer now. There was somebody was calling you to do this. So
It's one important one to tell you.
yeah.
No, in this quest, I was looking for answers.
Mm,
I met many leaders, many
Mm.
spiritual leaders.
yeah.
And that's when I came across the books of Srila Prabhupada.
Mm,
The first book that I read was The Science of Self-Realization.
yeah.
And that's when I felt spirituality is not dogmatic with dry set of rules and regulations.
Mm.
No. Spirituality, the way Prabhupada presented was very scientific, very practical, it is transformative, easily understandable,
Mm.
implementable people across the world.
Mm.
And when I saw this, started practicing, and I saw transformation, and I started enjoying my life.
Mm.
I understood the purpose of my life. And that's when I thought, okay, when I am enjoying, now I want to share this joy with others.
Mm.
Generally, people think for spiritual path, you have to give up.
Mm.
Actually, Prabhupada says it's not required.
Mm.
In fact, Prabhupada says the aim of Krishna consciousness is to help you love God, understand God while you're in this dress.
Mm.
And that's what I learned. But still, there was a point, it was my personal decision.
Mm.
I just thought, yeah, 100 people study medicine, 99 become doctors, one person has to become a lecturer.
Mm.
And that's when I thought, no, let me become, a lecturer where what I learned, I can share with others
Yeah.
full time.
Mm.
That's why I took this path.
Yeah. But as a child, so when was this, Prabhuji? Was it like as a child you found about Prabhupada, or you?
This
Because
was
in
around,
your year,
Yes.
while you're doing year 10, which
Yes.
is 10th class,
Yes.
you had a quest of, like, what to do and all that stuff.
Yes.
But when was the revelation of Prabhupada happened to you?
So
it the
I
same time?
started studying Prabhupada's books. I think when I was in class 12,
Okay.
that's when I read many of his books and started applying, and I saw the transformation in myself. That's when I became more determined.
Amazing. So for my listeners who probably don't, Prabhupada is very popularly known spiritual leader, and a lot of you probably know about ISKCON. You'd have heard about ISKCON. ISKCON is an institute for Krishna's consciousness and who works across the globe on various things. But for those people who don't know Prabhupada, or I think there may be very less, but even then, let's talk about what is that one particular influence made you to think that this is my path, like in a simple way.
It is Prabhupada's story,
Okay.
his inspirational life story.
Okay.
Uh, Prabhupada, he was born in Kolkata in
Mhm.
1896.
Mhm.
And at the age of 26, when he was 20, in 1922,
Mhm.
he met his spiritual master. He was a strong Gandhian. In fact, he studied in
What's the name?
Scottish.
Sorry.
His spiritual master's name, his Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj
Okay.
from Gaudiya Math.
Mm.
Srila Prabhupada, he was a strong Gandhian.
Mm.
And in fact, he studied in prestigious Scottish Test College,
Mm.
but he refused to take the degree because Gandhiji had called for a non-cooperation movement.
Mm.
The strong Gandhian. And that's when he met Prabhupada, he met his guru and took this path. And then he started Back to God magazine in 1946. And then in 1953, he started League of Devotees in Jhansi before starting ISKCON. He had one disciple and he had taken a bhavan for rent in Jhansi. And due to some reason, somebody took away, and even that one disciple ran away. So he could not succeed. And in 1959, he took sannyas. And in 1962, he went to Vrindavan and he was awarded the title Bhakti Vedanta. Bhakti Vedanta is like the Nobel for a Bhakti Yogi.
Okay.
By 1965, he had translated Bhagavatam first canto. He was living in Vrindavan, surrounded by beautiful trees and forest, and Yamuna was flowing. He's right living in the temple of Radha Damodar.
Wow.
For a 70-year-old man, what can be a better condition than this?
Amazing.
But one day, while having his lunch, there was a window, and outside that window, he was looking at the Samadhi and the Bhajan Kutir of Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is one of our acharyas. Bhajan Kutir is where he used to chant the holy names. And something was lingering in his mind. His guru had told him that you should give this knowledge to the English-speaking world. At the age of 70, he decided, I'm going to the Western countries and give this knowledge. So he was on a walking stick. He had 3 sets of clothes. He had one typewriter, one kartal. So in one trunk, he went to Kolkata, and then he met Sumati Moraji.
Okay.
She had a cargo ship company. But he wanted to go to New York City because that was the happening city in the world in 1965.
Yeah.
Now he didn't have money to go by flight. When he met Sumati Moraji, I mean, she didn't give him appointment after many attempts she gave. She asked, okay, what do you want? He said, I want a free ticket to America. What? At this age, you want to go to America? He said, no. I
Not
want to
for
go
that.
to America not to enjoy, not for a tourist,
Yeah.
but to fulfill the desire of my guru. And then finally, and then she asked, how much money you have? 40 rupees. Okay, what is a medical background? Oh, you're a heart patient. Okay, who's the host? No. How many people are with you? No. You're a 70-year-old man. He says, Swamiji, the weather is so bad there, you're going to die. Then he says, for a soldier, dying in battlefield is more glorious than dying in the comforts of home. He
Indeed.
said, I'm ready to take this risk
Yeah.
for the world, for the betterment of this world.
Amazing.
She was touched. He got a free ticket, and it was a 45-day journey to America. On the 10th day, he suffered heart attack. First heart attack. He was all alone. He recovered. After 2 days, he suffered second heart attack. He was all alone. Somehow he recovered. His faith on Krishna was intact. And then somehow he reached New York City. And when he came to New York City, he was showing, hey, this is Radha Krishna. Then they were asking, who's this Krishna? Who's this girl with Krishna? And that's all he began. He went to New York City. He didn't know where to stay. He got some stay in some YMCA. And then he was walking. He went to Tompkinson Square Park in New York. Under a tree, he sat every day from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and chanted the holy names alone. He attracted the young Americans who were looking for counterculture, looking for meaning in life, who were looking for purpose in life. They were all frustrated with the Vietnam War. So they were musical protests. Prabhupada says, no, you can do music for joy. And that's why he built a congregation there.
Wow.
And then his first disciples were Americans. And then the ISKCON was first established in Long Island, New York City. And that's how it spread all over the world. In just 10 years, he built 108 temples all over the world.
Wow.
Be it Americans, Europeans, Africans, Russians, Australians, everybody took up.
Wow.
He built farmhouses, he built gurukuls. He told, in 1977, we had 10,000 full-timers like me, millions of followers.
Brilliant.
And all this from age 70 to 80 years. That itself, I was blown away.
What a story. What a
I
story.
said, there is no retirement age in this world.
Yeah.
He is my inspiration. This is something I like.
Brilliant. Because a lot of people think when I'm a father of 2 children. When we generally talk about in the society, when we talk about spirituality, people think that spirituality being a retreat from the society, you don't stay with them, or you are away from the normal lives, which is not the truth, right? I mean, after talking to you now, what's your view on that, Swamiji? Like, does spirituality go along with your life? Like, how do you look at it? Is it more like evolution of life through your journey or your experiences, or is it something makes you away from the regular society?
In fact, there is a professor, Andrew Davis,
Mm.
from Birmingham University.
Yeah.
He made a statement that Prabhupada was a genius
Mm.
where he integrated spirituality in everyday life.
Yeah.
Generally, people think you go to temple, you do service, that is spiritual. When you come back home, you have a family, you're in office,
Mm.
that's material. No,
Mm.
integrated it.
Yeah.
So Arjuna was a sadhu.
Mm.
For us, a sadhu means we think somebody who's wearing saffron who was given up. No. Sadhu means you are epitome of good qualities.
Mm.
Sadhu means you know the art of loving God.
Mm.
And sadhus can be engineers, sadhus can be doctors, sadhus can be politicians, sadhus can be anybody. Sadhus can also be Vedic teachers. Such sadhus may be there in saffron.
Mm.
So Prabhupada demonstrated.
It's more of a quality than
Yes.
a depiction of what
Yes.
you are, right?
Yes. So for you, to grow spiritually, you need not give up anything.
Yeah.
You can be ambitious. You can be a family man. You in fact, you become more ambitious when you take to spirituality, because your mind is under your control. You don't have those distractions. There'll be troubles, but you know the art of managing it. So you'll be more effective. You'll be more happy. This I'm not telling. This is told by professors from Cambridge University. There's a professor, Sri Iyer. She has written a book, Mental Health and Religion. So her research says if you go to any religious place once a week, your mental health issues will come down by 60%.
Yeah.
So this will help you to be more productive, more ambitious.
That's pretty much even in the ancient culture that we have
Yes.
back home in India.
Yes.
Whenever there was instances of troublesome homes, or if you have depression or anything, people used to go to guru primarily, right? Not to the doctors, right? Now things have changed, but if you go back to few decades back in India, you would have seen if I have a problem at home, you go and meet your guru, Candid, or whosoever it is, and then they will do counseling through spirituality. Counseling. That's how problems were solved, right? And I think you're rightly saying that I mean, it doesn't have to be something different. It can be as part of your life. Spirituality can go along with what you do, and it actually makes it better for you rather than you don't have to give up anything.
Yes.
Before we talk about a lot more into spirituality, what I'm fascinated when I met you during Indiaspora Summit in Dubai, and also we had a few conversations. What always struck with me is the foundation that you run, Akshaya Patra. Can you tell me the story of Akshaya Patra, how it started, and most of my audience may know or may not know Akshaya Patra is. I mean, let us talk about the numbers also, like how many people you feed, and what is the meaning of Akshaya Patra, why it started, and all that stuff, please.
Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha
Okay.
is a statement from Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, if somebody grows spiritually, the first symptom is he will work for the welfare of others. So Srila Prabhupada, the founder of the Hare Krishnas, the ISKCON movement, he said, as devotees, you have to serve people. You have to serve society. In fact, he said temple should be epicenter to serve people spiritually, culturally, and socially. So in the year 2000, in ISKCON Bangalore, there were about 10,000 people taking meals. That is Annadan, the Krishna Prasadam.
These are the
pilgrims who come to
pilgrims.
temple.
Okay.
Who come to temple, inside the temple. So we had a temple kitchen. Some of our well-wishers said, it's nice you're feeding here, but there are children who are coming to the school hungry, looking for a meal. Hungry stomach can't concentrate. So we were inspired. So we thought from the temple kitchen, we started distributing khichdi initially. So for
When
about
was this?
this was in the year 2000.
Okay.
So we selected 5 schools around the temple in Bengaluru.
Hmm.
We are in Rajajinagar. 5 schools we had selected, and then we started feeding 1,500 meals.
Hmm.
And the meals was very tasty. Slowly we started giving variety. In just 1 month, we got requests to feed 100,000 meals.
Hmm.
We are thinking, okay, 1,500 we can manage. How will we ever do it? That's when an anecdote of Srila Prabhupada inspired us, and he's the seed inspiration behind Akshaya Patra.
Hmm.
Srila Prabhupada was in Mayapur. After a festival feast in the afternoon, he was talking to his disciples. And then he heard some noise. He got up, he went towards the window,
Hmm.
and he saw that the street children were shooing away dogs to pick up the remnants of food
Hmm.
that was thrown into the dustbin. When he saw this, there were tears in his eyes. He said, "These are all children of God.
Hmm.
And the Supreme Lord, Krishna, is their Supreme Father, and He is there. How can they go hungry?"
Hmm.
So he said, 10-mile radius of our center, no one shall go hungry.
Hmm.
So when we saw this, it inspired us. And that's when we officially registered something known as Akshaya Patra Foundation,
Hmm.
a non-profit. It is to serve people, especially the children, especially the school-going children.
Hmm.
You know, we began with that number. We slowly increased to 10,000, 20,000, 50,000.
Hmm.
And then, we were in Hubli, which is far away from Bengaluru. The reporters there, they asked our president, the global head, Sri Madhu Pandit Das, that you're serving in Bangalore. When will you come to Hubli?
Hmm.
Now, he made a casual statement. Yeah, I will come very soon. The next day, all the newspapers carried headline: Akshay Patra is going to serve in Hubli.
Wow.
Then all our leaders went and asked him, "What's happening?"
Hmm.
And the next day, we get a call from Mrs. Sudhamurthy saying, "Hey, I'm from Hubli. I want to sponsor this kitchen."
Yeah. Okay.
Like this, it was a very interesting journey. We got
Ramurthy of Infosys.
of Infosys.
Yeah.
And then that's how many people came forward. Now we are feeding 2.3 million children every day.
Hold on. 2.3 million.
Million children every day.
Wow. What a number that is. That's stunning. The number is like
Yes.
shocking, right? I mean, staggering. So, in a global standard, also, it's a huge number.
Yes.
Maybe, I mean, it's actually now defining the name Akshaya Patra. What is the meaning of Akshaya Patra? I think, it gives immensely, right? Without any limit.
Yeah.
Is that what it
Akshaya
means?
Patra is a word which is derived from Mahabharata,
Hmm.
Indian epic Mahabharata.
Hmm.
It is a vessel that can produce unlimited meals.
Hmm.
It's a vessel that will never get empty.
So apt name for this. Right? Brilliant. Yeah. The vessel never gets empty.
Yes.
Wow. So the scale of the mission right now is 2.3 million.
2.3 million every day. We feed in 23,000 schools.
Hmm.
We have 78 centralized kitchens.
Wow.
Each kitchen, we are large kitchens which can cook meals for 100,000 students in about 5 to 6 hours.
Wow.
And then we also, from 100,000, we also have smaller kitchens of 35,000. We have cumulatively 78 kitchens all over the country. And here is the number. Cumulatively, in last 25 years, Akshaya Patra has fed 5 billion meals.
Wow. Wow. It's amazing. So when we talk about these numbers, right, one is the numbers, two, like how difficult it could have been, Guruji, logistically, emotionally. You have to put so much of effort. How does it happen? Like, is it volunteer based, or is it share the commitment? Where do you get the help from?
I think the success of Akshaya Patra is because of the wonderful combination of full-time volunteers,
Oh.
the Hare Krishnas, and also the professionals.
Hmm.
Akshaya Patra, we have the chairman who is a full-time volunteer. We have also the CEO who's a great professional.
Hmm.
So we have a professional team who make sure that there is quality, there is efficiency, there is transparency in our work. Yes, the growth has its challenges. In fact, every kitchen is better than its
Previous one.
previous one.
Mm.
So the 78th kitchen which we have now, it has gone through 78 iterations.
Wow.
You know, in Akshaya Patra, we always, we always work for excellence. You know, so I remember about maybe 2 decades ago, we badly required a vegetable cutting machine.
Mm.
So that was not available in India. So one of our devotees went to Germany. He was looking for it. Finally, he found a wonderful machine, and we had no money. So he went to the good people there, philanthropy, request them to donate, and then finally he got that machine to India.
Mm.
And the next challenge was, Akshay Patra serves food as per the local palate.
Mm.
So next came the roti making machine.
Mm.
We went to Punjab, and then there was Sardarji who he started making for us.
Mm.
He made 5,000 per hour. You know, I remember he getting the first machine. He made something. The chapati did not come out well. He made many, many, many. In Hindi we call jugaad. I mean that's actually a brilliant engineering marvel.
Yeah.
And finally, now we have a machine that makes 60,000 rotis per hour.
60,000.
60,
Wow.
60,000 per hour, almost 1,000 per
Brilliant.
minute.
Brilliant.
And one more interesting story I
What a
want to
statistic.
tell you.
What kind of statistics?
Very, very touching,
Mm.
When we started in Gujarat, the
Mm.
first day of the meal, we gave very nice dessert. It's full of ghee.
Mm.
These students,
Wow.
we are like, what happened? A mistake from our side. When we went to the teachers, tears in their eyes, our children were not used to take such high quality meal. It's made of, you know. So in Akshay Patra, we stir for quality.
And especially countries like India, especially. I mean, I come from India, and I grew up as an orphan, and I understand the meaning of a meal, because there were days, weeks where I had no meals. I grew up as an orphan. I was on the streets, and I always wish, when I go back to India now, and or like last 15-20 years back also, when Akshay Patra serves on the streets and all, and you have this kiosks where you serve the meal and all that stuff. I used to always think, my life for that child, like 5 year, 6 year old, would have been completely different if there was Akshay Patra. And there could have been a lot of stories like me
Yes.
who actually, I mean, there are sheer numbers. There are amazing numbers, 60 million, 30 million, whatever it is. But right, but eventually, even if you impact one life, it's a big change. And what you're doing today, ISKCON Akshaya Patra, is changing lives per millions, billions of people, which is tremendous. Have you ever seen any story that touched you? Like, when have you met these kids who takes the meal? Did you speak to them? Do you guys meet
Oh,
them? Yeah.
I want to narrate two interesting stories.
Yeah.
We have gala events in
Mm.
US for doing fundraising for feeding
Yeah.
in India. In one of the gala events, one boy came up with a big check. He gave it. I said, "We thanked you. Oh, I've eaten your food for 10 years. I'm a beneficiary of Akshaya Patra. You see, now I'm in USA, the big multinational company, earning a big money." Then, in Akshaya Patra, you see in government schools, there are a lot of talented kids,
Mm.
but they need a platform to perform. Others, amazing kids. So there was one girl, she wanted to be an actor.
Mm.
She's the daughter of a street vegetable seller.
Mm.
So she used to see posters of her favorite hero.
Mm.
Every day she used to say, one day maybe I'll say hello to him. But she wanted to become an actor. So we recognized this talent. So we sent her to Bangalore School of Drama. She was trained and she performed. During the first performance,
Mm.
her favorite actor was part of the audience.
Wow.
And then he got up and went to the stage and she was shocked. Tears in her, he hugged him very tightly. Then, you can imagine what happened.
Yeah. I know.
So they're very, very touching. See, at the end of the day, for us, the happiness is when you see those buses. We have very nice vans. Each vans can carry food for 5,000 students. And we see that vans going out. Today, this many lakhs of children
They
getting
served the
fed.
purpose.
We are we are nourishing the dreams of those wonderful children, talented children, and that's our greatest satisfaction.
Got it.
Yeah.
And what I noticed, Prabhuji, great story. I was telling you, right? I mean, personally it touched me today as well because I told you, I mean, I grew up as an orphan. You can imagine how difficult being an orphan back in those days, 90s, 2000s in India, where we didn't have much facilities. But yeah, you can imagine. I don't want to be emotional now, but yeah, it is painful. But helping such kind of kids, Akshaya Patra is doing tremendous job. One thing I noticed is you work very closely with the government and
Yes.
policymakers. So, like, I hail from Hyderabad, Telangana state, and you have connect directly with the Telangana state, and you work on the midday meals program. Same with Andhra Pradesh, same with other states as well. How does that work?
Um, you know, midday meal is a proud project of Bharat Sarkar, which is also implemented by all the state governments. In fact, the PM Poshan program, under the guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is doing very well.
Yeah.
In fact, it is a flagship program of Government of India. So, there is a nice story behind this. In the year 2001, when we started feeding, the then HRD minister, at that time it was HRD,
Yeah, Human Resource
Human Resource
Development.
Development,
Yeah.
now Ministry of Education,
Ministry of Education, correct.
Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi.
Yeah. Very prominent
In
person.
fact, I have to tell you, this name was suggested by him.
Okay. Wow. Akshay Patra.
Yes,
Wow.
Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi. And then he came for the inauguration of the kitchen in Bengaluru. He was so fascinated. And he said, I am so impressed with you. And I want more and more NGOs to take part in this. I'm going to make an amendment that the rice that comes from the Food Corporation of India, generally it goes to government schools, which is good. If NGOs are feeding, rice will directly go to them. They can use the rice for feeding out. That was a big thing for us.
Wow.
So partnering with government, one is it is going to right beneficiaries. It is helping us to scale up.
Yeah.
And it also gives confidence to our donors.
Because you have the infrastructure, you have
First,
the
yes.
supply chain.
Yes.
You don't need to. I mean, you have the teachers who works with you. You
Yes.
have the school systems, the whole
Yes.
network
works with us. And also government is very happy with us because Akshaya Patra kitchens also act as disaster management kitchens. So during the earthquakes, during the floods, I remember during one of the earthquakes in India, from our chapati making machine, we used to make thousands of rotis every day. Government used to airlift it and then give to the affected areas. During the Alipi floods, I remember we were cooking in some government schools and then put it in the boat, used to boat and look people, give them and feed them. During the Wayanad landslide, we gave grocery kits. I'm happy to share that we had the opportunity to serve people during COVID. We fed 240 million meals during the 2 years of COVID. And the most touching was feeding in the crematorium. I remember there were vans with dead bodies. There were 23 vans one day in Bangalore, one of the crematorium. The drivers are waiting for 8 hours. They have to burn the body. It takes 8 hours to burn the body. So they're hungry. And then the helpers, the drivers, the family people. So we went and gave. And there's a person who's burning the body. Yes, sometime in between, I said, we went and served the meal. So
the whole world was struck
yes,
in this kind of COVID stuff. You were still there on the ground.
We were working with
volunteers were working on this
200% capacity.
Wow, amazing! What a story! What a story! So that brings me to a very, I mean, probably very important point. I know we're talking about all these success stories, numbers, and all, which is amazing. But I'm sure it would have gone through a lot of challenges. and you may even now face a lot of challenges. What are your top 3 challenges, Prabhuji, if you want to talk about?
The topmost is the funding.
Hmm.
Akshaya Patra is feeding 2.3 million to a country like India. It is very small.
Hmm.
It's still small. We have got
2.3 million every day.
every day.
Hmm.
Even that is very small. We have got so many invites
Hmm.
from almost every state. So the funding is a small issue.
Do the governments don't give fund?
Yes. In fact, it is a public-private partnership.
Hmm.
So about 50% of the fund we get it from the government.
It's a PPP. Yeah.
It's a PPP model, and
Yeah.
and other 50% we raise from corporate individuals, from the public.
Like you mentioned, Sudhamurthy
Yes,
stepped in for
yes,
Hubli. Okay.
stepped in, and that's what we do.
Hmm.
And thanks to Government of India, we have the CSR policy.
Hmm.
So 2% of your profit has to be shared
Has
for
to be,
social
correct.
work. That's helping us a lot.
Correct.
So this is one of the challenges, and uh, that is one major. And second is, you know, we are we are good in urban.
Hmm.
We are also good in rural areas, because in rural areas we also have decentralized model kitchen.
Hmm.
We have to work in tribal areas,
Hmm.
hilly regions. So there, in a village we'll have 5 6 students,
Hmm.
and reaching out to them, that's what we are working now. Tribal areas, we want to work, we want to serve them good meal.
Brilliant.
So uh,
I think even the processes, right? I think it's going to be one of the very good case study, people who are working on supply chain management and all that stuff, because serving 2.3 million meal every day would require tremendous amount of effort. So how much of processes you would have automated? Like you were talking about central kitchens and all, because a lot of people struggle. Even if you're running a small restaurant, if you have 200 people in a day, they come up and say, you know what, I need to feed 200 people today. But talking about 2.3 million, with the kind of investment they have in the small restaurants, they still struggle. But how do you guys manage? Like, is it too difficult? I mean, is it voluntary driven, or it's more process driven? Uh, you have so many volunteers.
so there's a case study by Harvard,
Hmm.
MIT, and many top institutions
On Akshaya Patra.
on Akshaya Patra, and they said that this is the technological marvel.
Hmm.
We use the best of the technology in the world, to make sure that our children get the best meal.
Hmm.
We also use AI.
Hmm.
It may be for route management.
Hmm.
Because for us, cooking to consumption time is very crucial.
Yeah.
So we have to optimize our routes. So we use AI. And now onboarding of vendors, because every day it's in, we are feeding millions of kids.
Hmm.
So you need onboarding of vendors, clearing those things. So we use AI.
Hmm.
And then we use best of the technology. We also use like something like Salesforce,
Hmm.
and uh, we also take help of automation anywhere. So we use all these things.
Hmm.
Even of management, we use Six Sigma.
Hmm. No, I understand. I get
So
it.
we have the best of the corporate practices implemented in Akshay Patra to make it a successful model.
I'm sure. Otherwise, it's not easy to kind of do
Yes.
this. Now, what I want to understand is, like, now you're I mean, I know India is such a big country. There's a lot of problem that you need to solve, and hunger is one of the biggest problems. And it's been a problem for a number of decades, and it's still a problem, unfortunately. But being a global citizen, I want to ask you this. It's beyond India right now. The problem is beyond. And I'm glad to see you were in Davos serving meals in World Economic Forum. So it received a tremendous response as well. So how are you going into the global forum now? I mean, what are you going to do for the rest of the world? You served India, yes. As you mentioned, there is still more to serve in India. But are you trying to do something more for global? Are you, yeah, please.
You talked about Davos.
Hmm.
Akshay Patra went with a message there. We said, while you discuss, you make $1 trillion deals there.
Yeah.
But we said food and nutrition is the edifice
Hmm.
that propels the growth and development of a country.
Yeah.
So that's the message we went, and we said Akshay Patra is a social innovation platform
Hmm.
where collaboration, technology, and innovation converge
Hmm.
to enhance nutrition, health, and gender indicator. This was the message we gave to the world leaders.
And are you still calling it as Akshaya Patra, or are you calling it sub?
So, of course, our goal is the good practice of feeding meals, freshly cooked meals is in India, and that has to go across the world. In fact, we are in UK. We feed school children, we feed in food banks, we feed in universities. I'm happy to share we have fed about 1 million meals till date in UK. We have a kitchen at Watford, and then we are a knowledge partner to an NGO in Kenya. It feeds about 10,000 meals every day. During the Russia-Ukraine war, for first few months, we were at the border in one of the refugee camps. We served meals.
Wow.
During the Turkey earthquake, we served grocery kits. In Nepal in 2015, there was an earthquake. We set up kitchen in 3 weeks and fed 50,000 people every day.
Wow.
So Akshaya Patra is going global. Now we got invites from many countries. I'm also happy to share that in US, we have started feeding to community college students and food insecure individuals. And the program is called World Food Movement.
World Food Movement, yeah.
World Food Movement is feeding outside India, and it is inspired by Akshaya Patra Foundation, and it had the same executive team. And right now in US, we serve in New Jersey, in New York, in Washington, D.C., in Boston, and in Bay Area. And we, slowly the growth is happening and people are enjoying the
And there is a
freshly cooked
reception
food.
as well. There's a need,
Oh, there is so much,
tremendous need. Okay,
so much
which
need.
is
They're welcome.
which is sad, which is actually sad to hear. But your work is amazing, right? Because I mean, there are two things which we always say, right? We don't want people in hospitals. We don't want people being hungry. These are the two biggest problems the world needs to face. Now that we are talking to the global audience, you're sitting in London studio. By the way, thank you so much again. Such a busy week for you, but you still came here. But for the global audience, what's your appeal? What should it do? If I'm sitting in London today, right? You are here. Like there are a lot of people from London, or people maybe from Uganda watching us, or people maybe from New York watching us. What is your appeal to them? What should they do to kind of help you?
In the last 25 years, Akshaya Patra has developed a replicable model. We have the technology, we have the team, we have the heart. So we need we have to use this package to serve more and more needy people in the world. So we're very happy to partner with anybody. You can invite us, or you want to do it, you want us to be knowledge partner, we are ready. We can maybe explore any other model to serve people. If any of you feel that you want to do this good work of feeding, you want to alleviate hunger, if that's your passion, we are there with you. Please partner with us. Both of us will work together to alleviate hunger from this world.
And this is called to governments as well. So you may be in Africa, Kenya, Uganda, or Tanzania, any countries. If you have problems of hunger, if you are government officials, you want to do good, there is a model you can replicate very quickly. And you mentioned in war situations, you did set up the kitchens in 3 days, and you were able to serve 50,000 meals every day, which is tremendous.
This was in Nepal.
Yeah.
And we set up kitchen near the border of
the calamity, national calamity, or Ukraine thing as well. So one thing, I mean, just to want to break the myth as well, right? I mean, because you're coming from Hare Krishna movement, we're talking about ISKCON, Krishna consciousness. People may think it is related to faith. Do you want to talk about, is it faith or more than that, humanity?
You see, yes, we belong to Hare Krishnas, and yes, we are practitioners. ISKCON's founder, Srila Prabhupada, said, the effect of your practice is service. He said, you have to develop compassion.
Yeah.
Compassion means you cannot tolerate the sufferings of others. Not only that, you take practical actions to resolve it. So Akshaya Patra is compassion in action. Yes, I follow certain principles, but my program is secular. We make no distinction based on caste, gender, country. No, our goal is
Or religion.
or religion, nothing. Our goal is only one: to feed hot, nutritious, freshly cooked, tasty, wholesome meals to all those people who need it.
It's a complete inclusive
It is a
program.
complete inclusive.
So okay, brilliant. That's very very happy to hear. So I think Prabhupada rightly mentioned, and also you. I mean, I've read his books and various leadership books as well. I mean, guys, if you haven't seen ISKCON, the book libraries in London, go to Watford or go to Soho. You'll find amazing book collections of ISKCON, and Prabhupada himself wrote a lot of books.
In fact, Prabhupada has written 70 books.
Yeah.
My favorite book, and I recommend all of you to read, The Science of Self-Realization. This is a book where Srila Prabhupada has conversed with scientists, doctors, philosophers, politicians, media leaders, and very, very nicely, scientifically, logically, interestingly, practically, he has given solutions. So I would recommend you to read that book.
Absolutely.
Science of Self-Realization.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always, today's, like for example, India, 65% of the population, which is the biggest country in the world, is under 35, under 30 years age. So predominant population is youth right now. So I want you to speak to the youth and say exclusively to young people, they're ambitious, they have a lot of technology in there, they're hyper connected, they have social media, all that stuff. What do you think young people should do to get this spirituality? Yeah, what you happened to you at the age of 15, and then you brought into this journey. What do you think young people should do to kind of turn their life into serve the society?
I have a message to youngsters.
Yeah.
You should have dissatisfaction on the platform of satisfaction. The dissatisfaction will help you to learn more.
Yeah.
Now, if you're too much after results, too much after power, too much after name, fame, get depressed. You should understand that there are higher laws that is working above us. We have the right to do our duty to the best of capacity. You know, and then so that's why you should be satisfied. In other sense, while you work, you should work as if everything depends on you. While you pray, you should pray as if everything depends on the Almighty Lord.
Yeah.
Give your best. Do your best. Don't worry about the results. Whatever results come, be completely satisfied. It is your efforts which matters. It is also the sanction of the higher authorities that matter. Let's be happy with what we have. One. The second message is the more you give, the more you get.
Yeah.
Yes, while it's very important that you work on your career growth, at the same time, please devote some time for serving the society. Some time. It can be, you can decide 1%, 2%, 3%, 5% of my time I will devote for serving others without expecting anything in return.
Yeah.
This quality will make you grounded. It will make you so satisfied. And then you will appreciate the wonderful things that you have been gifted to you by the God.
So true. So true. And Guruji always says compassion
Yes.
is an element which will open up the world for you, because the more you understand the other person, the more you will be able to reflect to the needs of the others, of the society. You will be able to understand your world much better, and the world which is understood well will have less conflict. So you'll not have fight with your neighbors, you'll not have fights with at home, you'll not have all the distress that you have in the world right now. Because do you feel that, Prabhuji? I mean, when you see all this geopolitical situations and all, what is your? I mean, I don't want to be controversial, but what do you feel when you hear about all this world of war and all that stuff?
I think it is very important to develop right perception.
Mm.
People are mostly self-centered
Mm.
or self-extended.
Mm.
Anybody who serves me, adds to my pleasure, is my friend.
Mm.
Anybody who's against me, doesn't add to my pleasure, he's my enemy.
Mm.
You know, I think one has to come out of this self-centeredness. You have to go beyond it.
Mm.
In fact, our Vedic principle is Vasudeva Kutumbakam. That is, the
Right.
whole world is one family. And that family is not just human beings.
Yeah.
That family
Every
is
creature.
animals,
Yeah.
birds, the beast. Every creature has the right to live in this world.
Yeah.
They also feel the pain. So Srila Prabhupada gives a formula for universal brotherhood.
Mm.
And this is actually given by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, where he says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani Gavihastini Sunichaya Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha.
Mm.
When you are spiritually evolved, you see that everybody is related to God.
Mm.
And it's just like when you get married to somebody, all the relatives of the
Becomes
girl
your-
side will become your relative. In the same way, when you recognize that you are not just alone, there is Almighty Lord and everybody is connected to God.
Yeah.
When you get connected to God, that's how you get connected to everybody.
And that's your kutumbam.
That
Like
is the
everyone
kutumbam.
becomes your family.
Yes.
Such a brilliant way of. I mean, Vedic culture brings this very, very extensively, right? Even when Vivekananda in 1918 went to Chicago and spoke, he started with Nadinam Sagarogati, right? You know how he spread the message of we all one. Eventually everything goes into one purpose, and your I mean, Prabhupada is saying the same thing, right? Eventually bringing all the world as one family. And
Yes.
that's how this tremendous mission of Akshaya Patra, you look at ISKCON, the way ISKCON serves the community and all that stuff, bringing the world into one umbrella and serving that. Like, Krishna did under Govardhanagiri, right? I mean, he brought everyone under the Govardhana, right? I mean, that's amazing.
In fact, Prabhupada makes a beautiful statement. He
Yeah.
says, the world currently
Yeah.
is not in the darkness of oblivion.
Mhm.
The world has made tremendous progress in technology, in education, in many things. But somewhere there is a pinprick. Because of it, there are large scale quarrels or less important issues.
Mm.
So there is a need of a clue as to how one can live in friendship, in peace, and in happiness
Mm.
with a common cause.
Mm.
We need that common cause. So Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam will give that common cause by which the whole world can accept. When you say my country first, why will somebody in other country accept it? We need one common cause which the thinkers in this world are unable to get. One common cause that is acceptable by every prime minister, every president. What is that? That Srimad Bhagavatam gives, Srimad Bhagavad Gita gives.
Mm.
In fact, Srila Prabhupada practically demonstrated that how that Vedic culture is not restricted to somebody living in in India. No, it is universal. Everybody can practice it. So you can see now the Hare Krishnas are all over the world.
Yeah.
And why would they take it? We are not bribing them. We are not giving them anything. They're taking voluntarily because it is helping them. It's benefiting them. It's making their life more meaningful. They're getting something which they're not able to get from this material world.
Yeah. And
You know?
also empowering through inner engineering, right? I mean, going deep into yourself,
Yes.
understanding more of you will actually open the door for the world.
Yes.
I think Prabhupada says that. I've read in one of the books. He talks about, your journey should start from you rather than understanding the world. You start you, like you were also mentioning when we had a conversation. So it's about dwelling down into and understanding yourself, and then how you connect to the world. That's exactly happened to you when you were a child, and now, yeah.
The exact word is param društva nivartate.
Mhm.
This is what Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter. By experiencing the higher taste, you will give up the lower taste.
Yeah.
So it is like, you had a heavy feast. I mean, till here you had a feast. And after your feast, somebody tells, I got a nice dessert. I said, no, you cannot.
Mm.
Hey, with love I have got. Then okay, to satisfy him, you'll take a pinch
Little
of it.
of it, yeah.
In the same way, when you are spiritually advanced, you're like a person whose stomach is full.
Mm.
So you don't require endorsement from the outside world. You
Mm.
don't require money. You don't require big name, fame, and everything. So you're completely satisfied internally, but still externally you do your work with great responsibility and enthusiasm
Mm.
for a purpose to help others.
Amazing.
And still the world grows.
Yeah. Amazing.
That's spirituality.
Wow, what a note, not a note. And I mean, I don't want to end this conversation, but we have to end at some point.
Yes.
So, but yeah, let me ask you one quick, last one maybe is what's the future of Akshaya Patra looking like? What's in store for the whole world? What are you looking at? What's the vision that you have?
Yes. As I said, the good practices of every country should go to all the countries.
Yeah.
The same way, the good practice of Bharat or India is preparing the freshly cooked, hot, tasty, nutritious, wholesome meals.
Mm.
So we have a desire that when people get access to good food,
Mm.
ahara shuddhe, sattva shuddhe, they get good food. Their mind is also satisfied. With that satisfaction of mind, they get good thoughts.
Mm.
So Akshay Patra has an aim to feed all the needy people all over the world.
Mm.
We don't know how many years it takes, but we are ready to do it. We also have a desire that eventually Akshay Patra has to stop.
There shouldn't be a need of hungry.
There should not be any need in society.
Yeah.
There should not be any hungry people, so that we are ready to shed.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And one last thing I want to ask you, Swamiji. You mentioned about brahmacharya. You mentioned that you stay away from the family, as in like something like that. So, how do you look at your personal legacy to go? Like when you look back, and one day, when we're all humans, one day this life, including Prabhupada, had to wait away, right, to the world, and had to go and join the Almighty at some point. So, what's your reflection on that? How do you think of your legacy? What do you want to leave to the world eventually? And how do you want the world to remember all these volunteers?
I always tell people, if you serve yourself, you get happiness.
Mm.
If you serve others, you get multiplied happiness. If you serve yourself and others through the medium of God, you get unlimited happiness,
Eternal happiness.
eternal happiness.
Mm.
See, we are not interested in transient happiness. We are not interested in temporary happiness.
Mm.
We are not interested in a happiness which ultimately leads in misery.
Mm.
We need an happiness which is easily available, is unlimited, and which, uh, uh, as you said, the eternal happiness. So for that, the path is spirituality.
Mm.
We have three facets in life. One is the personal life, one is a professional life. We try to balance this to know there's a third one, it is spiritual life.
Mm.
All the three are important.
Mm.
The family is important. Your dreams are important. Your spiritual life is important. I like to see myself to be remembered as a person, as a spiritualist who has inspired others to take up this path of God consciousness
Mm.
so that they can lead an eternal, happy, meaningful.
Thank you so much. That's amazing message. But yeah, before we close it, I want to really highlight few things, right? As I was telling during the conversation as well, you heard from Prabhuji how much they do through Akshaya Patra. My appeal to all the business people and all the youth across the globe, and also every citizen of the globe, all of us have responsibility to serve each other. And if you think in any way we can support Akshaya Patra, please do it. It's a tremendous amount of work. 2.3 million meals every day. is humongous work. And running such a huge task where seamlessly every child of those 2.3 million meals are getting that food through this effort of Akshaya Patra, which is great. And I have seen this live. I've gone there. I've experienced it, how things work. It's not an easy job. It takes millions of dollars. It takes tremendous amount of man hours, so much of volunteering work. Kudos to all the Hare Krishna volunteers who does this job. It's not easy. It's the most difficult work to do. And beyond this, there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of compassion that goes into this business, right? I mean, when I say business, like not as a profitable business, but charity, when it runs through this, it's not easy to do this. My appeal to all the business leaders, my appeal to everyone who's watching the show, if you haven't heard about Akshaya Patra by any chance, you should be primarily by now. But please do go and search about Akshaya Patra and look at what kind of amazing work Akshaya Patra does. And now they are going into global, coming up with World Food Mission.
World Food Movement.
World Food Movement. Please do support the World Food Movement and find out about them. If you, I mean, I'm based out of London, Swamiji, as you know. So I would definitely go back and speak to a few businesses.
Thank you.
And people like, you mentioned Sudhamurthy. There are a lot of other people who are strong believers of ISKCON in London, including Vedantas, a lot of other people. I'm sure you'll get a lot of support. But hopefully, beyond that, everyone should be into this movement. And as Swamiji rightly mentioned, there should be a day where we don't need Akshaya Patra. And let's look for that. Let's aim that day will come soon, in the next decade at least. But with that, I close this conversation. I didn't want to, but thank you so much, Swamiji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming to the studio in London. I know you're very busy. But again, I do want to say this, everything happens for a reason, as Krishna says. I think this has a reason. I'm sure people who's listening to this will learn few things from here and will definitely do something for the whole world. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you again. Thank you.